Welcome back to the shore. I'm feeling much better, well rested, much more refreshed than last night. You know, guys, forgive me for that, but you know how it is to travel a long distance and no sleep. But anyway, we're back with the shore. Why am I back here with a seagull up here on this lighthouse? Well, the saving system sort of stuck me about 5 minutes back from where I ended the game. I was down there, if you remember. So the game is not that polished as it could be, but remember guys, this is made by one small little indie studio. For that it's amazing, and yeah, I'm not gonna fault the game for that. So far I'm really enjoying the narrative, the vibe, the feel. I just went through the lighthouse to see what's what, see if I missed anything, you know, when I was sleeping. For the one comment that someone posted, no, you cannot pick up the spear, it's just the decoration. But I did find this chess piece. It's that one there, where the pointer is hovering at C. I put it down, and then the chess pieces started to move. I don't know. I don't know what's happening, but it seems relevant. I have no control over where the pieces go. I guess we just play until maybe a key is going to be revealed or something, you know. I'm thinking back to my Resident Evil days. Okay. So, yeah. It's a pretty cool chessboard though. I would be surprised if there isn't exactly right now out there a Lovecraft chessboard. You know, there's no shortage of mythos entities to use. Cultists could be the pawns. King and queen would be like Shub-Niggurath. You know. Azathoth. Bishops could be like Starspawn. Okay, let's just speed through this. What is happening here? What? Oh. So I won. What's this now? I cannot move anymore. Let's see. Did I get something? Oh yeah, I also picked up this photo. And there was also that earlier one. So apparently that's me, judging by the clothes. So I'm like this old gruff guy. And there's my daughter, who we are apparently looking for. I found this key thing, but I don't see any chess pieces. I got a key, I got a locket, some notes, and this weird ass statue. It's weird how some things you can pick up and some things you cannot. Like if you remember, there were those coins all over the lighthouse. Anyway. Oh, and also I fixed the audio. I bumped down the music because, yeah, that's not too relevant. And I bumped up the narrator's voice. So, let me know in the comments if everything is alright with the audio. I'm not speaking too close to the mic. Remember, I'm not PewDiePie, man. I don't make professional Let's Plays. This is just one Lovecraft fan to another. Anyway, let's get out of this lighthouse and see what we need to do. Anyway, I'm really impressed with this game, how it's going. Everything... What is that? What? Okay. Don't mind me. What?
Proceed into the pit. There's something I would like to show you.
What is that voice? Get out of my head.
Oh man. Yeah, okay. This is... Holy shit. Yeah, proceed into the pit, my friend. Sure. Let me just jump down right in there. No questions asked. Like, look at these creatures there. You see, they are like those that were... That thing that was in the basement and what I saw through the telescope. They don't look strictly like deep ones. Deep ones are a lot more fishy. This is more like... A grey alien had sex with a deep one. Something like that. Jesus, I bet there's someone who would jerk off to that idea. Okay, before I jump down into that, let's just have a look around. God, I just really love this mythos. You know, every now and then you just have to pause and think about how great this mythos is, that it's going from these pulp, forgotten, you know, when Lovecraft died, they were all forgotten basically, except for a few people, and now we have this today. I just really am happy to be a part of the mythos. It's a great thing, guys. It's a great fandom we have. Alright, so now, well, obviously in reality, what would you be thinking? You would be thinking, okay, you got the lighthouse, you got the beach, there's absolutely nothing except a few seagulls, and a voice telling you to go into the pit. I think that the majority of people would actually just, in the end, you know, there's no way out, you're gonna starve, except for fish and seagulls. Let's see what happens. Like, look at this creature. Right? Oh. Alright, this doesn't seem at all weird. Oh god, alright. You ready, lads? Let's go in.
This monolith is the key of the silent. Break it free.
Alright. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm probably on the other side of something. My guess is you're gonna have to be turning these things like mirrors or something. But Jesus, that is... Of course, we are thinking of Dagon, aren't we? When that creature thrust itself upon the world and then bent over this monolith and let out key sounds or something, how Lovecraft wrote it. It doesn't move. It's always the key in Lovecraft stories, humans going to places they must not. And you know, you can say that using such tropes is like overusing the stereotypes of Lovecraft, but sometimes you just gotta have certain aspects of the Lovecraft mythos, even if it's like on the nose and like obvious. Yeah, go somewhere you shouldn't. Oh boy. Another aspect of the mythos which people don't really talk about much, and although I admit, no, it's not vital to it, but the size is in the mythos. Size does count. No, but like what I mean is, like if you look at Call of Cthulhu, when Johansen writes in his diary, God, a mountain walked or stumbled. You know, the size of these creatures in the mythos, you know, they're all massive, and it kind of highlights that we are so small. It's just a very simple mechanism to highlight that, yeah, even if it was a small thing, we wouldn't have much hope in the mythos, but the size just makes us feel even more insignificant, and I really like that aspect. Okay.
To see the world through the eyes of a god, like a dream and a flash of light. Beware the existence of mind, and grasp time in your conscious mind.
What? Okay, just to... Okay, yeah, in reality I'm gonna hide like behind the rock. But let's go, guys. Like my point, if this thing was smaller, yes, it would be still goddamn freaky and disturbing, but the size aspect just makes us feel like, okay, now we really cannot do anything. Like if that thing was like 4 feet tall, I'd still probably take a swing at it. I'd probably be killed, but you know my point that I'm trying to make. So, I don't think I can go see much else here, so let's go back. Yeah, seems like we can walk back up. And there's that thing. Maybe now I can access some part that I couldn't before. Oh, here we go, guys. So I had to, like previously I couldn't get in, so I came back to the lighthouse area, and now
As a young boy, I remember my father talking about this island. He described it in a way that would scare the listener. He spoke of black butterflies, corpse candles, and broken compasses.
There's a bottle. Here's this bird. Seagull. How you doing? You're a very relaxed seagull, my dude. Alright, well, we'll let him hover and contemplate life. The only thing I would change about this, in regarding the narration right now, why is this guy not, like, basically terrified? Or in awe? Like, when he reads, it's just like he's this apathetic character. You know?
5. There was a man aboard named Alan who went missing after we shipwrecked. One night, we found him walking alone across the beach. As we approached him, to our surprise, we saw that he had this fixed expression on his face, as if he had seen something horrifying. His hands and arms were paralyzed in a position like if he was protecting himself from something. We tried to ask him questions, but he didn't reply. Now he's sitting by the shore, singing songs to the rocks about reflections in the sea. I wonder what he saw.
Now that is good. Always, in a good Lovecraft story, you have to ask yourself why, what the hell, what did he see, what did they experience, you know? Whenever you see these characters who end up in the madhouse or killing themselves, you always have to ask.
It feels like it's maintained, untouched by time. The wind and the waves pause for a minute to rest. The calm before the storm.
Like as I was saying, you always just wonder what the hell was it? What the hell was it that made them do that? And this, I think, is such a good aspect of Lovecraft. You know that he always gets roasted a little bit for, oh, you should show, don't tell. You know, always you hear this idea when it comes to narration and telling a story. Show, don't tell. Don't tell the listener or the reader. I don't like that. I always think it works if you tell them. This guy was so crazy by what he saw that he ended up blowing his head off. You know, it's like, okay, show me what he was so scared of. But in the Lovecraft story, just telling you that, and it makes you wonder, what the hell was it? Lovecraft is so subtle in his storytelling, you know. And I think this is why a lot of critics may think that he's kind of weak in that way. But I don't think that at all. No. I like the fact that you are left a lot to yourself to figure what the hell was that all about.
I'm sending this message as a cry for help. May the waves of the sea be kind. Apollon and I are castaways, trying to find where this island is on the map. This doesn't make any sense. The sun is setting in the east, and the fog won't allow us to see through the scope that far. The odds are against us. There's something strange about Apollon. He keeps going on about how he's reliving this moment. I noticed how much he scratches the back of his head. It's gotten to the point where his hair is beginning to fall out. If you are reading this, we need your help.
So it really does seem like it's in the Tomb Raider game where you're on this island that won't let you escape, you know, or Silent Hill. Why would a great white just be on shore like this? What is that stuff on it? Algae? So many questions. Yeah, but as I was saying about the show don't tell thingy, I really believe that is such a key thing in Lovecraft and what makes him so great as a storyteller. Now, of course, you can screw it up and just not tell enough detail, you know, or show too much or too little. It's a subtle thing, but Lovecraft was very good at it.
I can barely describe what I have witnessed today. That old fool Alex suddenly went insane. He started stuffing his mouth with rocks. He kept doing so until his cheeks were completely torn. We had to tie him down. If you're reading this, send help. The small whale. I recognize this boat. It was made by an artist to represent our greatest catch. How did it end up here? This was meant to be completed by the end of December. It's still September.
Or is it? Maybe your perspective of time is messed up. Something here. Another one of those keys. That will open up the other way. I might have to track back. But we can still go, guys. There was a shining...
Despite his fear about the island, he would often come here fishing some very colorful fish. I remember finding myself quite disturbed as I watched him stuff his mouth with their raw meat.
What is that? Seagull nest. Alright, alright, alright. Let's carry on. Oh, another bottle.
It's happening. Every man for himself. They all started losing their minds, like what happened to Thanos. He ate his own fingers and cut his eyelids. He was screaming something about being ready to receive the gift of the Watcher. I've lost track of time. I don't know what the date is anymore, nor the hour. The sun isn't moving. Why is the sun not moving? If you're reading this, then I hope you end up here too.
It would be at this point in the game where I think, despite that moving thing, I'd be realizing, okay, yeah, I'm kind of screwed. What? What the hell? I'd be realizing, I'd be thinking, am I on an island that was belonging to some cult? All the people that end up here seem to be going mad, so these statues must be made by these crazy people. People that were trapped here and just gave into it. Again, that was like in Tomb Raider, with the sun god cult of Himiko. The guys just went crazy on there, you know. Really a good game, that one. Oh. So let's just look for more bottles to find out what's happening. But I do know there was that shiny purple thing on the beach we saw from the lighthouse. I think we're gonna have to go check that out. But let's just look around here first. Like this thing, it has no face. It still seems to be moving a little bit, like, yeah, it's moving, but it has no face. But can it see me? But just because it doesn't have a face or eyes doesn't mean I cannot be seen by it. Well, why would it move over there? Wow. Perhaps that was shown a little bit too early in the game. Like, this is like, you don't see monoliths move on legs and shit like this. Maybe I would have saved this for later in the game, considering how early it is. Not complaining, just, yeah. Oh god, let's see what's up here. Seagull nests. Look at this. I can tell you, if you guys haven't traveled to volcanic islands before, when I was in Las Palmas, I even did a live stream from there. The place is there's a feeling that humans are an afterthought. Right? So if you go to a big city, it's very clear that humans are in charge, right? We design the cities, we... Oh, God, okay. Let me just get this thought out, because it's relevant. Humans design the cities, we control the roads and everything, right? We tear down forests, we flatten areas like this, maybe to build a highway or shopping mall or whatever. But on these volcanic islands of Las Palmas and the Gran Canary Islands, the rock is almost exactly like this. Everything is so fragile like this, and it's like the houses and the roads are built with the thoughts of the nature in mind, right? So it's like you are an afterthought, sort of like fleas on a dog's back or something, right? And it feels almost oppressive, almost, but in a good, weird way, you know. Oh, it's really beautiful. If you guys can ever come to Europe, or you are in Europe, like Stavros there watching, I know a bunch of others of you are in Europe. Yeah, go check out Canary Islands. Beautiful, beautiful. Now, what have we here? A meteorite or asteroid hitting down, spewing purplish colors. Where have I seen that before? I'm not gonna start drinking alpaca milk, am I? Someone left a comment that they cannot take Nicolas Cage seriously as an actor. I kind of agree. He has his style. I didn't think it was the greatest film ever, but it was okay, you know. We have to be grateful for small mercies when it comes to releases. All right. Okay, Arkham. Let's grow a pair of balls here and. Look at this. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell was that? It was like a glowing space vagina. Speaking of space vaginas, there was also this talk of this other game coming out. What was it called now? Lust from Beyond, right? And it's supposed to be like erotic. What do you call it? Erotic, weird fiction, that type of stuff. I'm gonna put that in the February newsletter that is out, but I need to have a closer look at it. And not just because it has glowing vaginas and such. But yeah. Alright guys, I think maybe this is a good place to stop. Or maybe not. I'm gonna backtrack to the other place because I got that other medallion thing. And we're gonna open up that pathway and then we're gonna see what's what. Maybe I'll stop here, maybe I don't. Yeah, okay, see you when I see you.